Well, I am reviewing the whole MCU franchise on my channel right now, and I just got done with this one. And I wasn't really a fan, I'm not gonna lie, so time for another! What is up, everyone? Movie back again with another cinema revisited episode. This is going to be for the 2011 movie Thor, and this is directed by Kenneth Branagh, starring Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddlestone, Natalie Portman and Anthony Hopkins. Now I just want to let you know I do talk spoilers in these cinema revisited episodes, so that is your heads up right there. Now this tells the story of Thor, who has been banished from the realm of Asgard and sent down to Earth and must learn to live amongst the humans and find his true self. But he soon realises that he is needed more than ever in order to defend the planet. Now I always liked Thor. I had only seen it once, way back in 2011 when it first came out, so I was looking forward to this on my rewatch. So does it hold up? Let's find out. Now this starts off in the realm of Asgard, the home of Thor, Loki and Odin, and it's kind of different from the other Marvel films that come before it because it's taking place somewhere totally different. And I remember looking at this even today and thinking, wow, that looks amazing. I was just thinking, where did they even start to construct this and put it all on screen? And I know the Marvel Cinematic Universe has come on leaps and bounds in special effects and visuals, but this still looked awesome even now. Now the story is there too. It's kind of simple, but it does try to give us something interesting as well at the same time. And I like seeing these characters jump from Asgard to Earth within a matter of seconds. It was just fun to see. And I even liked the small town setting on planet Earth of this small New Mexico town, really. And it was a fun little location. And it's kind of like everyone knew each other. It was kind of in the background compared to all these big cities and stuff. And I just thought it worked really well. Once Thor is down there as well, his hammer actually gets stuck in this rock and no one can pull it out. And it's funny to see all these rough looking guys turn up and try and pull this hammer out one at a time, all queuing up. There's barbecues going on by the side and it's a big event that's been made in this small town. But S.H.I.E.L.D. do finally come and cornered it all off. But when it was happening, I just got like a sword in the stone story type vibe to it, and it was a nice little touch to have that in the movie. Chris Hemsworth also is introduced here as Thor. Now, like Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man, I think this was a perfect casting choice. They nailed this down to a T. They got it so right, and they had to for the MCU franchise, really, because Thor is such a big character. And it's like they kind of forgot about Edward Norton in The Incredible Hulk, but I don't think they could afford to have done it too many times. So this one just worked so well, and he's got this fine balance of cockiness and confidence that just fits his character really well. And I really think he's got some hilarious scenes in this, especially when he goes down to Earth. It's just funny to watch him, you know, be so different to all the humans, and they're about to give him an injection because he's hurt himself at the hospital, and he's just like, oh, throwing stuff everywhere going, how dare you attack the son of Odin. And the other scene where he's just enjoying this coffee, and I said in the intro, he gets his cup and just smashes it down there. So I thought it didn't have too many funny moments in this film, but all of them mainly come from Thor himself. Let's just talk about Tom Hiddleston as Loki as well. Some people say he's not a villain, some people say he's not a hero, he's neither. I think he definitely leans towards more of a villain in this movie, and I think he's a really good one as well, because he does some pretty unforgivable things here to endanger Asgard, really. But I just love the scene where he loses his marbles when he finds out that he's a frost giant and his father's been lying to him, and you can sort of see why he's pissed off, really. You can see his motivation and stuff. But I thought Tom Hiddleston was really, really good in this role. And Loki has become quite a big character in the MCU now, and you can see why just by going off this film. It also brought a good and evil aspect to both of the brothers as well. That was fun to see. But I'd just like to say Anthony Hopkins here was really well cast as well. I thought he was great in the role of Odin. Even though he's not in the film for too long, when he was in it, he stood out. There's also a little love story going on between Jane and Thor. And Jane is played by Natalie Portman. And I kind of liked what was going on here. I mean, a lot of people say they don't, but I thought it was a good little romance on screen together there. And I understand we're going to be seeing more of it in Thor, Love and Thunder, as more of a main protagonist there alongside Thor himself. And I'm all up for that. Again, with some of these Marvel movies, we do have these great sequences as well. Now, there aren't too many compared to most Marvel films, but when they happen, they're great to watch. One in particular was near the start of the movie when Thor and his friends go to talk to these frost giants and try and talk them down, basically, and try and keep peace. And this frost giant just tells Thor to go home. We're not listening to you and stuff. And as he goes home, because they're totally outnumbered, the frost giant says something to him to, sort of wind him up, really. And Thor can't hold his own. He has to just turn around and attack, and they are totally outnumbered, like I said, but they kick ass. It's just a great scene of it. Him and his friends just fighting these frost giants. It was probably my favourite part of the film, to be honest. But there's one later on where he has to fight the Destroyer as well, down in the New Mexico town setting, and that was great to watch. Just seeing this little town sort of get destroyed, really, and all chaos ensuing, even if the Destroyer did have a bit of an amateurish look to it. However, if you're expecting a massive superhero movie, you're probably not going to get that. There are them scenes I just mentioned, but this is definitely more focused on character development and story. Even if the story lacked a little bit of ambition, it's very, very simple to follow, really. But I didn't mind that. However, some people might see that as a little bit of a negative there. To be honest though, I don't have too many complaints with Thor. I see people hate on this film. Not too many, but I do see some people hate on it. I think the MCU is kind of like Star Wars now, isn't it? Where some people love this certain movie and some people just hate it because it's that popular. But I had such a good time with this. I think it was pretty awesome. Not a masterpiece or nothing, but a damn good film. I'm just going to go ahead and rate this movie now. I'm going to give Thor an 8 out of 10. A return to form for the MCU franchise and gets right back on track after Iron Man 2. Okay, at the end of these reviews, I always like to leave a little fun fact. Now, a fun fact for Thor is that you may have heard me mention how much I like the town setting in New Mexico. Well, that entire town was constructed just for this movie. That blows my mind. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review. If you want to subscribe, it's up to yourself. We've got a lot more reviews coming, lots more videos, and I've still got the rest of the MCU franchise to go. Up next, Captain America, the First Avenger. And if you want to comment about Thor or the MCU in general, leave it down below and I'll reply to every single one of you, I promise. Take it all easy guys. See you all next video.